She looks like the first time I collected my mum's black crayon that she got from the hair shop and just did this to my brows. It ruined my brows. I have taken pictures every single day throughout the healing process. Someone who didn't have any brows at all, waking up having brows. Currently at Lush Brow. I'm gonna take you through the journey. So this is before. I don't really have that much, so I'm excited to do it. I wake up like this. Okay. Just made life so much easier. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is my long awaited microblading video. It has been a journey that I wanted to share because I feel like there's limited information on the internet still about microblading, and I'm here to give you everything that happened to me in the whole experience of being microbladed. This video is not sponsored, but I did get this done for free. My review will be 100% honest, and I'll tell you all of my emotions and everything that happened during this microblading experience. I have taken pictures every single day throughout the healing process. I also did some videos. I'm going to share my conversations with the lady that did it for me so you can see my true emotions. So you're going to get every single thing that ever happened to me. I have nothing on my brows right now. As you can see, if I rub my brows really hard, there's nothing there. I'm going to show you a picture of how my brows looked when they wasn't microbladed. I didn't have any brows. They were very, very thin. They've always been very, very thin. I hadn't been really subconscious about them because it's like, I wear makeup, I can fill them in. It wasn't a big deal. But I thought, you know, waking up with brows would be nice. I didn't ever really look into microblading. So when Lush Brow contacted me, she was like, oh, hey, do you want to like do a collaboration? I was like, okay, cool, calm. I was very relaxed about it, which I think on my behalf I shouldn't have been, because I think microblading is a big decision. It is a semi-permanent tattoo, so you have to be careful if you want to do it because there's no reversing it. It lasts a year. It's a semi-permanent tattoo. They use a particular ink. That was our conversation. I was like, yeah, whatever, cool. I didn't watch any YouTube videos about it. I just obviously have heard about the trend. It's been around for such a long time. It's nothing that is actually new. People have been tattooing for a long time. There's just different versions of tattooing. Our office is in Ilford, so I drove down to Ilford, which is about 30 minutes away from me. It was so pretty. Everything was all nice and set up. I was like, okay, calm. Now, me and my personality, when someone's doing a service for me, I'm always very like, I don't like to be too, what's the word? I'm not very pushy. So if someone's doing my hair, if someone's doing my makeup, if anyone's doing anything on me, I'm just like, girl, I trust you. Do what you're gonna do. And I did the exact same with her when she did my brows. I was just like, yeah, you know, I would like them a little bit thicker. I would like them, I told them a little bit of detail, but I don't think I told her enough detail. So I was like, okay, cool, yeah, just do what you want to do. She was like, okay, I'm going to draw them on. So she draws out a stencil for you, which I'll show you the video clips as well. She draws a stencil to see if you would like the shape of your brows. They ask you, like, how thick do you want it? How thin do you want it? What kind of color do you want? Obviously, you have to be very, it has to be close to your natural hair color. You can't go for a red brow when your hair color is black. That's not going to work out, right? So I was just like, yeah, I want it a little bit darker, like close to black, and I want it thicker. But you know, when you're so used to doing your own brows, sometimes when you don't show people pictures and stuff like that, it can be, they can interpret what you're saying in a different way. So I would definitely recommend, when you first go to your first appointment, bring loads of pictures, bring loads of examples, bring your whole Instagram file of how you want your brows to look. Also be realistic. A lot of the times you'll see a lot of brow goals and they'll be like, oh, brows, and they'll have like these amazing, I want to say, I know my friend, she's Turkish, and she has amazing brows because they naturally have very thick brows, and when they get their eyebrows threaded, oh my god, they have amazing brows. But me as a black skinned person, my brows doesn't look like an Asian person's brows or a Turkish person's brows just because of the texture of my hair. So just be realistic in how your brows you want the end result to be, because everyone's brows are different and everyone's hair is different. I didn't show her any pictures. I was just a bit like nonchalant, and I just didn't really, I was like, whatever. I overreact a lot. I scream at everything and I find everything painful. She started and she used like a needle, I think, and she dipped the ink in the needle and then started tattooing my brows slowly, one stroke by one stroke, and it literally feels like a pin is scratching you. I literally was like, oh my god, this is painful. And a lot of people have higher thresholds than I do, so I don't think they'll see it as painful as I did, but I found it painful. I'm not gonna lie about it. It's bearable because I'm still alive right now and I'm not dead, so it's fine. It's bearable, and I would definitely go and do it again. It's not a pain that will stop me from ever microblading my brows again, but you do have to consider, if you have a low threshold for pain, it is gonna hurt. It took us 2 hours to do the whole thing. So that's from stenciling to finalizing the shape to stencil. I think the stenciling, actually doing it, like the microblading bit, took about 40 minutes. And I looked in the mirror, I was like, oh my god, what has she done to my... Like, honestly, my honest thoughts was, oh my god, what has she done to my brows? Let's try and fix it. And I think it was a bit too long here and a bit too like thick, and then it was like thin. So it was like thick and thin. I was just like, what is this? And the texture of it is crazy, like literally crazy. When you first get it done, you're like, what have I done to my brows? It literally looks like the first time I collected my mum's black crayon that she got from the hair shop and just did this to my brows when I was 12 years old. That's what my brows looked like, right? So she was like, okay, is there any way you want me to move it, change it? I was just like, can you just put a little bit more thickness here and a little bit more thickness there, in a hope that it will come to how I usually draw on my brows. She was like, make sure you come back in 6 weeks. Don't shy away from coming back in 6 weeks. I was like, okay, cool. She definitely gave me a lot of information about Aftercare. So the Aftercare is just don't touch your brows. Basically, don't touch it, don't put any products on it. If you're going to put makeup on it, make sure that it's sanitized. Just don't do too much to it. She gave me a lovely leaflet, all of this information, but in my head I was honestly I was traumatized. It's like, what the hell have I done to my brows? I feel so bad because this woman's spending so much time on it. I've agreed to do this video and, you know, I just don't like it. And I was freaking out in the car, and it stings because they have to put a numbing cream before they do it. Once that numbing cream wears off, after about an hour, it starts to hurt. But then after that hour is gone, it doesn't hurt anymore. But I woke up, and I think I recorded it. I'm not sure if I can find it. If I can, I'll definitely insert it. And I woke up and I was just like, what the hell happened to my brows? Freaking out. My eyebrows look so dark and so long and so thick, so I can't lie, I'm a bit scared, but yeah, I'm gonna trust the process. I'm going to put loads of Vaseline on it so the scab falls quicker, and yeah, hopefully I have some great brows after this. I'm gonna trust the process. Don't know, but I'm going to document this so that at least the video will be worth it. Bye guys. I am actually kind of scared that they're a little bit uneven. And I nearly cried because I think my personality, as I said, when people do a service on me, if they're doing my hair, makeup or whatever, I always know I can wipe that off. So that's why I've always been a bit like, oh, you know, do what you want. I can always fix it if it goes wrong. But with microblading, it is a permanent tattoo. You can fix it to a certain degree, but you cannot change it. And I was in this bed right here. I woke up on a Sunday. I remember, I think it was Carnival. This was August I got it done. I was like, what has happened to my brows? And I nearly had a panic attack because that made me realize how much I need my face for my job. Like, I can't just hide away. I honestly need my face for my job. So I would say, if you're a model, if you're someone who needs their face a lot, consider the healing process, consider how crazy you're gonna look for the first 6 weeks. You have to put that all into consideration if you're gonna do microblading. So I literally I went on the internet straight away to scour through all the blogs and all the like little chat showrooms of people talking about microblading, and all I saw was horror stories. They were like, what the F did this person do to my brows? They ruined my brows. You can't get rid of it. Why is it so thick? Why is this texture? And I was just like, oh my god, mine is thick, mine is super dark. I was freaking out. And then I remember I messaged her. I was just like, is there any way that we can reduce this? Do you know anyone who can get rid of microblading? I don't know what's happened. I freaked out. And I knew that she must get a lot of these messages, because when you first get your eyebrows microbladed, you're just like, honestly, it looks crazy. It looks so crazy. But she was so comforting. She was like, Liz, calm down. Here's a picture. These are all the emotions you're going to go through. In 2 weeks, it's going to disappear. In 3 weeks, they're going to come back. In 4 weeks, they're going to look a lot thicker. In 5 and 6 weeks, you're going to love them. And I was just like, okay. But all I can think, I'm like, how does this miraculously change into hair? Like, how is this ever going to look good? That was honestly my thought. But you know what? It was like the end of August. I didn't have much work on. I was just like, I'm going to document this process, because if this comes out bad, I'm going to show people that it was bad. And if it comes out good, I'm going to show people that it's a good thing to do. So I made sure I took pictures every day so I could see the healing process, which I'm going to flick through now. So hopefully you can see like how my eyebrows progressed. I think they say the first 10 days, it's a scab. and it peels off. And don't pick it, never pick it, just allow it to naturally fall off. And then it's like, oh my, these are kind of different. I kind of have brows, but the shape's a bit weird and it's a little bit too dark, and there's loads of little things you're just like, oh, I don't know. And then after the 10 days, you have another 2 weeks, and that period, your eyebrows just disappear. So it's just like, I had half a brow. Literally, I think this one was half a brow, and it was really, really weird. It was just really weird. I'm going to move a little bit closer. This was half off. One was grey, one was black. This was going this way, this was going that way. But with me, I'm like, it's only going to be a year. I can draw my eyebrows on for a year. It's not that deep, Liz. Like, I still had all these doubts in my head, but I was still continuously taking pictures. And I think after the 3rd week, I started to see my brows again. I was just like, oh, and they're a little bit thicker, and they got a nice shape to them, and I don't have to do too much when I do my makeup, and all of this stuff was happening. I was like, oh, maybe this is a good thing. So I messaged her and I was like, oh, this is what's going on, and she was like, oh, it's healing well, make sure you come back in 4 to 5 to 6 weeks, I think. So I think I came back on the 6th week in September now, and my retention was great. I didn't like how long they were. I didn't like how dark they were, because I realized for me, I have a very soft face. I have very soft features. My eyes are soft, my face is soft. I have very softness. So my brows and my hair, like my hair can be jet black, but my brows can't be jet black. I look crazy. I can't put black and white filters on my face because it looks weird because of my softness of my face. So everything has to be super subtle. Whatever I do to my face has to be subtle, and that's something for me. Some people can have super black brows and it suit them and it not look crazy, but for me, I wasn't happy with the color. She was like, it's fine, we could do a little mix-in. So she mixed like dark browns and blacks together to create my own personal shade. And in the second one, she again stenciled the shape that I wanted. What's going on? I said I wanted this to be a little bit shorter because I felt like they were too long and they were tailing. So she made them a little bit shorter by defining them. I know there's like 2 different techniques. There's like strokes and something else. I forgot what it is. But basically she did one technique here and another technique here to make this a little bit more sharper and to make this a little bit more sparse. And I think here she put like a dark brown colour, and here was more of a light brown colour. You can't really see it too much. Properly look at the brows, you can see that this is kind of like a brown and then it goes into black. It's very, very subtle in the way that it is. Second time I was feeling a lot more confident about it. I knew that the healing process would happen. I knew that my scab wouldn't be there forever. And I think it was a bit, when she had finished doing the second touch up, they looked great. Like I was like, oh my god, I have brows and these are going to be my brows for a year. And that whole, it's a long healing process, so you have to be prepared for it. And I'm glad that I took pictures and documented it, because a lot of the things that I saw online, they just weren't helpful, and it freaked me out. I was just like, what have I done to my face? But like, I'm just super happy with them. I wake up and these are my brows. So sometimes when you think microblading, you think they're going to look like a certain type of brow, when your brows will never do that. So I had to research a lot about black skin and microblading, because there wasn't a lot about it as well. This is after my first crazy reaction. But yeah, this is basically it. They're hairy. It's not inky at all. Like, this is just my brow. I've also shown you how I clean it up. After I'll show you a clip of how I clean my brows. So my hair still does grow around my brows, but what I do is I use hair removal cream. And I just put it around my brows, and then I wipe it off like in 3 minutes, and then my brows are like this. So I never really have to get them threaded anymore or anything like that. And with someone who didn't have any brows at all, waking up having brows has not given me confidence, because I'm always confident, but it's just made life so much easier. I already went out with no makeup all the time, but this has made me even more confident, which I didn't think was a thing, but it's actually a thing. Like, I actually feel even more confident walking out without any brows. I mean, without any makeup, because it's just like, look, my brows are already there. You know, I've got a little bit of lip gloss on, I've got my earrings in, my hair's laid, like, that's all I really need. And I just feel like it's really complimented with my look. It just, I don't know, I feel like it's really helped with my look, and I would 100% recommend Lush Brow. Her communication is excellent. She works so hard, and I don't know how she does all the appointments she does, as well as a reply to you in a timely manner. She does it really well. She's so nice to work with, and she really listens and has a passionate, she's really passionate about it. And also, I saw on her site that she's doing like your edges as well, so the same kind of hairs that you can do for your brows. I saw that she did it for a lady for her edges, which I really want because I've had some issues. So I'm gonna see if I could get that to you. But yeah, I am so happy with my brows right now. Like, it was horrific at first, and I was like, it was horrific. I did not know what happened. I was nearly crying, honestly nearly crying, because this is my face, and for me, I really appreciate my natural beauty so much, and it's something that I really pride myself on. So for something to like nearly ruin it, I was just like freaking out. But you have to honestly be patient. It takes 6 weeks for it to fully heal. Make sure you go to your second appointment if you're in this process and you're watching this video because you're like freaking out, like, oh my god, what have I done to my brows? But I would fully recommend it, especially if you're like someone who is a lazy person and wants to look good all the time, or if you are like me, having to do makeup on my face all the time. It takes me less than 5 minutes to do my brows now, as opposed to before when I had to draw them all in and then conceal. Now I just like draw them a little bit in here and then conceal it, but I don't have to do too much, which is amazing. I would want to have microbladed brows for the rest of my life because it's changed my life. The healing process is a thing. Like, you make sure you just don't have anything on. Hi, so I want to show you how I go around taming my brows. This is what you call a spoolie brush, I'm not sure, but I get an eyebrow brush. I brush all my hairs into place. This is all microblading. There's nothing on my brows right now. I'm using just a facial hair removal cream. I've never used this before. It's from Superdrug. I put a little bit on the brush and I just, you know how you shape your brows? That's what I do with this. Just literally clean up my brows like I'm concealing them. So this is how I do it. So this is how I've made it thick, and I layer it on with this hair removal cream. I'm gonna wait 2 to 5 minutes and just wash it off, and you guys can see the finished results. Come out the shower, as you can kind of see, it's a little bit textured because my skin just is very sensitive. I use a little bit of aloe vera gel just to cool it down, but that, okay, it didn't sting. Just to cool it down and make it not as sensitive. But this is how my eyebrows look. To be honest, I use aloe vera gel all over my face, so it's calm. And then on my skin, I would only use like coconut oil or shea butter for today. Nothing with perfume or anything like that, because again, your skin is super sensitive, so you have to be very careful what you're putting on it. But this is all the microblading, freshly done. My skin is very sensitive at the moment, so just ignore that. But yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. Microbladed brows. And yeah, I hope this video was really informative. Leave all your questions down below if you have any more questions for me, and I'll leave all the information of Lush Brow down below in the description box. Remember to follow me on Snapchat, YouTube and Instagram, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye.